you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Yes, we are here, folks. Later with Jason Suel. So glad that you are tuned in. I'm here. Bo Counts is here.
What's up?
Dude, it's always good to see you. Glad that we're kind of, 2021 is here, man. 2020 is going out.
It's about time.
I know people have emotions about the year that was 2020, but here we are, new year, exciting stuff. And speaking of people with emotions about things, let me give you the setup of what's happening on tonight's show.
We've got a show.
There's been some faces that we haven't seen in so long, so we're going to reconnect with some of the folks who make the show happen. So we've got our band leader, Jason Redcliffe, joining us. Personalities like Turbo Dan, Instagrandpa, Cooter are all joining us on the show. The voice of Later with Jason Suel, Jen Sweeney, she's going to be joining us. It's going to be great kind of just to reconnect with
And
all
we
of
even
those
get
people.
to visit one of our favorite chefs coming through. We got Matt McClure coming up on the program.
Yeah, Matt McClure's on the program. Awesome stuff.
We haven't really got to see these people in person. What it seems like, I don't know, 100 billion months.
I know. It'll be good just to see them, even virtually. And then, of course, we're having Chef Erin Rowe back to talk to us about the history of wassail. Have you ever wondered what Here We Come a Wassailing has anything to do with the holidays? She's going to kind of give us some of that history.
Open our eyes.
Open our eyes to all of it. So you need to stick around, stay right where you are. We've got all of that coming up later. All right, welcome back. I'm here with Chef Matt McClure. He's the executive chef at the Hive at 21C here in Bentonville. Man, look, I'm in the kitchen and it already smells amazing back here. What are you making? This is duck. This is like beans. You got vegetables. What is it?
So it's kind of a take on a classic French dish called cassoulet. So, I think like all Southern cooking, is rooted in like great, soulful, hearty foods. So, it's almost duck season, so we're gonna do duck.
I love it.
I'm gonna start with the beans. So, essentially I've got these white beans. You can use any beans that you want to use, celery, carrots, and peppers.
Right.
And we're gonna, get those, kind of medium-ish diced. We're gonna cook those in the pan. We can talk about the persillade.
Yeah, the persillade, which the first time I heard that, I didn't know where I was. It sounds very fancy.
Yeah, so it is.
What is persillade?
It's a French sauce, technical French sauce, but it's very easy to make. It sounds a lot fancier than it is. With a blender, I took the macerated garlic, the creme fraiche, chopped parsley, and basically put it all in the blender and pureed it until it was smooth and all the herbs were, incorporated. So it almost looks like a grain creme fraiche, if you will. So, but it's got all the flavors of the persillade. And really, I love the vibrant green. I feel like it kind of freshens everything up.
It's also very similar to the color of the duck or the penguin here at 21C.
Yeah, so you'll notice I like to do a lot of green. My apron's green. My eyes are green.
Yeah,
there's no accident there. It's all on purpose.
If you're doing this at home and you want to be fancy with it, you do need to have just the perfect kind of chef's schmear, is what I call it.
Yeah, you gotta have a schmear.
You gotta have a schmear color.
So it's like to have a sauce with with your beans, you gotta
schmear it on there.
You gotta smear it on there.
Totally.
It's all about kind of seeing everything too.
Oh wow, look at that. Great. It looks cooked.
No need for herb garnishes. It's got all the herbs in the dish.
So everything was in the dish already? Everything was in the beans mixture?
Correct.
And then you got the duck, and then you got the persillade.
Yep.
That's it. Awesome.
That's it.
All right, folks, that's it. Big thanks to Chef here for having us out. Man, this looks awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Stick around, folks. We got more happening later.
Sam's Furniture doing good. Shine a spotlight on your neighborhood.
Well, we're here in the dining section at Sam's Furniture, and we're joined by Chris Fox from Bethany Christian Services. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what the nonprofit does.
Okay, so we're a faith-based Christian organization, provide pregnancy counseling and adoption services for families in Northwest Arkansas. So if there's a pregnant mom out there, she doesn't know what to do, she's scared, she can come to us and we'll talk to her about her options of if she wants to parent or if she'd like to place for adoption. And then also my primary responsibility is to go out and talk to adoptive families, let them know the process of adoption, and walk them through the process of doing the adoption, meet them at the hospital and support them if they are adopting a baby. And then make sure they get settled in once that baby is placed in their home.
Man, you guys do so much. If people are watching right now, they want to get involved, they want to learn more, how can they do that?
They can go to www.bethany.org or they can email us directly at rmorris@bethany.org.
Man, you got all the info. I love it. Bo, what's
I think it's time to get involved.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Later with Jason Suel. We are thrilled to be seeing the faces right now of some of the regulars on our show, some of our all-time contributors.
Who are these strangers?
I know. Check it out. We got Turbo Dan. We've got Instagram Paw, his buddy Cooter. We've got our band leader, Jason Redicliffe, and the phenomenal voice of the show, Jen Sweeney, joining us from wherever they are, their homes, their festive homes. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hi.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Yeah, I still don't recognize any of these people. Like, it's been so long. The hairs are longer, beards are fluffier.
Yeah, the cat is bigger.
The cat is larger. Like, it's just wild.
A lot.
Turbo Dan, you have a poster of yourself, and it also you're wearing something a little bit different. Can you talk to us about what's going on there?
Oh yeah, I had to switch up to my winter gear. This it's a little bit warmer. It was a coat. I cut the sleeves off. But that's what I'm wearing this winter. Moved into my mom's garage, and so it's a little chilly out here. Had to heat up some way,
I'm sure.
Sun's out, guns out, right?
Yeah, it's true. I'm sure there's a story
Yeah.
about having to move into your mom's garage, but that's for another time. I want to start with a holiday question because it's the holiday season, the happiest time of the year. I'm wondering for each of you. Do you have a favorite kind of Christmas or holiday movie that each year you're like, I cannot wait to see that one?
It's a big question, Jason.
Big question. Turbo Dan, let's start with you.
My favorite Christmas movie is definitely Jingle All the Way. Stars the greatest actor of all time, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Turbo
and,
Man.
And Anakin Skywalker's in it too. That's definitely.
And
it's hilarious.
Sinbad's in it.
Sinbad, you can't forget. Yeah.
Sinbad's in it. He's the bad guy, but definitely Jingle All the Way.
Jen Sweeney, how about yourself? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie is Elf, hands down.
Oh, Will Ferrell.
Love it.
Classic. How
Traveled
can you go
through
wrong?
the 7 layers of the candy cane forest.
I'm really surprised they didn't make 100 sequels to that.
Cooter, man, it's good to see your face. I'm curious, what is your favorite Christmas or holiday movie?
Well, if you think about it, really, you got to think about the color, you got to think about the present stuff. So number one, Grinch. Just go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Grinch.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Now, there are several versions of Grinch out there. Do you have a favorite, or you just like the story
Just
of the
anything
Grinch?
You're happy to ask. You will carry.
Oh,
okay.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah,
Jim
for sure.
Carrey.
Yeah, I
A
like
great
that one,
a
too.
stellar performance of
Yes.
the Grinch.
I told my family that was my favorite one, Bo, and they all laughed at me and said that was the creepiest one of all. I don't know where their heads are at, but I like that one the
Maybe that's
best.
very telling, Jason.
Yeah, no, it is. Jason Redicliffe, what about for you?
Well, I was going to say Elf because I just watched it last night and it's amazing. But as far as there's some new ones out and, all the Hallmark ones are the best. But my most favorite right now is Anna and the Apocalypse.
Okay.
That's a good one, actually. An interesting
Yeah,
pick.
it's a zombie Christmas
Yeah.
musical.
It is. That's a good pick, Jason.
Instagram Paul, it's good to see you. You're always also hip with the times and you're on the cusp of what's happening. What about for yourself? Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Well, it's funny because we were just talking about that. You know, my grandma, she's still alive, Mamie, and we were talking about her favorite movie used to be It's a Wonderful Life. But this year she's going with Die Hard.
Of course. I like how people are finally coming around to accepting the fact that Die Hard has always been a Christmas movie. This is something I used to say on the drive-in speaker box all the time.
Yeah.
And now it is becoming zeitgeist.
It is totally becoming zeitgeist. It's a grandpa. Now, is it because of the year 2020 that she has turned to Die Hard as her favorite movie and away from kind of the classic black and white It's a Wonderful Life? Does the year and the pandemic have anything to do with that?
Oh, sure. I'm sure it does. You know, that movie, he's walking on broken glass and also her health's not great.
And did she buy a machine gun this year? Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun. My favorite holiday sweater.
I hope not. She did buy a gun for my wife one year and me a nice sweatshirt with a target on the back.
That totally makes sense. Hey, I'm wondering, guys, will you stick around? We want you to hang out a little bit more on the show. We got to go to commercial right now, but will you stick around with us after the break?
Oh, yeah. I got
Awesome.
nothing but time.
Awesome. We got the Later Gang sticking around, and you should stick around as well. All of that is going to happen later. Welcome back, everybody, and welcome back to the Later Gang. We've got Turbo Dan, Jen Sweeney, Cooter, Instagram Paul, our band leader, Jason Redicliffe, all joining us on the Zoom call. Of course, Bo and I are still here hanging out, and we wanted to bring you guys back for another interview because I just have one kind of overarching question that I'm curious about.
The one that's on everybody's mind.
It is. So when this pandemic ends, when the restrictions are lifted, when the world looks similar to the world that we knew again, what's one thing that you are all excited about doing, excited about being able to do again? Let's change up the order this time. Jason Redicliffe, let's start with you.
Well, I've been kicking around, just renting an RV and driving out and visiting family on the East Coast and just, going and seeing everybody.
Yeah, seeing the folks that you wish you could have seen maybe at Thanksgiving or Christmas or any of the holidays we usually see people. That sounds great.
And don't give them any warning, just show up.
Jen Sweeney, what about yourself? What are you looking forward to?
I absolutely must go to a rock concert.
Yes.
I was supposed to go and see Rage Against the Machine, believe it or not, before all happened. And they were going to reunite for a show in Las Cruces, and I was supposed to be there, and it got canceled. So hoping that it happens.
Live music.
Yeah, are you looking forward to live music and a rock show in general, or is it Rage Against the Machine you want to see? Like, who do you want to see?
Well, I really want to see Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. Okay.
My friend is in the band. My high school friend is in the band. So yeah, I really.
The guy that does the
guy.
Your high school friend is on the band, and you have failed to get us a music video segment with them
Jen.
on the show.
Thanks
so
for that one.
I don't know where we're going. That could be a good Christmas gift.
See
for
where
next
your
year.
loyalties lie.
Turbo Dan, what are you looking forward to doing?
Well, I haven't been able to compete in any of my weightlifting competitions recently. World's Strongest Man, hopefully next year with the World's Strongest Man competition will be up and rolling again. And I can't wait to get in that and really show them what I've got.
Maybe we can start with Fayetteville's Strongest Man.
Yeah, maybe we can start with the
small.
strongest man that lives on your block.
I like to think big, you guys, and that's just too small a thinking. I'm just going straight to the top.
There
Okay.
we go.
All right. I love where your head's at. Can we see your guns? How you been working out? What you got going on there? Sun's out, guns out. Oh man.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I've been lifting some cinder blocks in the backyard. It's been good for my this
Rocky
pandemic.
III montage.
My workout regimen.
Yeah, I bet it has. Cooter, what are you looking forward to doing, man?
So I was thinking two things. So the first one, I go to the store, I go out and everything, and I cough, and then people just look at me. I just want to cough without people looking. And then second, man, I was just in the woods all the time, just walking by myself. I want a hug.
Hey, I feel that, Cooter. I feel that. I think we could all use one of those.
Instagram, Paul, what about you? What are you looking forward to doing after the pandemic?
Oh man, that's going to be an exciting time, and that's going to be pretty amazing. I'll probably just want to try to get away from it all and get out in the woods and be alone, away from people. No entertainment.
So you're kind of going against the grain. You just want to continue with more being alone.
Maybe just get away from all this technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Jason? What do you want to do?
You know, I'm looking forward, I gotta be honest, to going to see live theater. We were talking about live shows, live rock shows. I wanna go to Walton Art Center again or Broadway. I wanna see some live theater again for me personally. Bo, what about you?
Man, even though I'm still going to the movie theaters and watching movies, I miss seeing new movies in the theater. It was one of my favorite things to do. And I've seen every old movie that they've shown, and I just wanna see a new movie. I wanna see Dune!
I know. I can't wait for all of that. And you know what? 2020 is on the way out. 2021 is here. We got a whole new year, so hopefully, I'm hopeful for all of us. That's my New Year's wish, is that we all see these kind of wishes and dreams come true. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the show, taking the time to visit with us today.
No one's talked to me in a couple months, so it's nice to just hear some voices for once.
All right. Well, we probably won't see you again for about 6 months. Yeah. All right. Yes. Bye, everybody. Thanks. Stick around, folks. We got more happening later. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Welcome back, everybody. Later with Jason Suel. So glad that you are tuned in, and we are so glad and thankful to have Chef Erin Rowe joining us again on the show. She always does so many great things from her kitchen. Hey, Erin, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jason. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bo and I were so excited last time when you made that amazing
hot
sort of
cocoa.
peppermint, hot cocoa. It was delicious. I had some when I went home.
Awesome.
I made some from your recipe. It was so good. So I'm looking forward to tonight. What are you going to be making for us?
So I'm going to make some wassail, or wassail, as some people say it.
Yes, wassail.
It's a great drink, and honestly, it's a drink that as we transition into this new year, where we want a better year for 2021, we couldn't think of a better drink to kind of welcome in that good health, welcome in a new place and time for us. With a refreshing holiday beverage, you could serve it at your New Year's parties or after Christmas.
Yeah,
I love
they've been
it,
serving wassail since what, the medieval times? I
Yeah,
believe
it's-
Christmas tide is when that came through.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's get started. What goes into your traditional wassail that you're making there for us, Erin?
Traditional wassail can either be made with an ale or it can be made with a mulled cider, which is essentially the same thing as a wassail. I'm also going to spike mine with a little bullet bourbon there at the end.
I don't blame you at all.
Even a little bit more fun. Yeah. So I actually have already an apple cider, and so I'm going to put that over the stove to kind of warm it up, because that's one of the keys, is it needs to be warm or hot. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my cloves in here. And usually most people don't use cloves much except to put in oranges, right? Whenever you're also doing a cider. But I think it's nice to put it directly into the drinks, because I'm just making my own portion here.
Yeah.
So I've got the cinnamon, I've got the clove, and I've got the cider that is kind of just starting to kind of come up and warm up. I'll probably add in the whiskey or the bourbon, or you can add in rum if you want near the end, because I don't really need to cook that. I just need to warm this up enough that it basically molds those ingredients. Now, you could leave this on the stove all day. And this was such a healthy drink, too. You know, historically, people would drink cider sometimes instead of water, like in medieval times, like you were talking about, Bo, because it was a lot safer to drink apple cider. So kids, even, you know, like little ones, not necessarily spiked cider, but just traditional cider, because it was a safer drink. So this is not surprising that this would be a drink that would be part of our rich culture, especially considering that we have so many people in America that are from England, which is where it originated, or other countries in Europe near to those countries. So the tradition of wassailing, or making this drink and then going out and singing sort of like a drinking song, it's very much a rich part of our culture here in America.
Hey, let's just try it. Since you've talked about singing, I feel like we have to sing that song, at least the first verse of it right now. You guys, Bo, you ready?
No.
We're gonna make it up.
Okay, sure.
Here we go. You want to kick it off, Erin? We'll hop in with you.
Absolutely. Here
we go, a wassailing among the leaves so green. Here we
Wassail,
come.
Here we
Linda.
come, a
Wassail,
wandering
wassail,
somewhere
drinks really
to be
good.
seen.
Yes, I think that's good. That's
Yay.
good enough. Aaron,
That's good enough? Okay.
you couldn't have sounded better. You were pitch perfect and amazing.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Well, I mean, Aka awesome, you know. So,
Aka awesome. Yes, I love it.
so
Great.
here's our pitch perfect wassailing drink that we would traditionally serve our singers, such as ourselves.
Yeah, you got to keep those.
A nice
You got to keep those
Try it.
throats hydrated, right? When you're walking
Yes.
around doing your caroling, and you can't forget that if you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to. If you want to partake, adding in a little bourbon there, you can't go wrong with
little
that.
bourbon can't go wrong. And so then this warms up everybody that's been out wassailing or caroling. This also warms up everybody as we go into 2021.
Yeah.
Thinking about what do we have in the new year for us? All good things. It
Yes.
starts in this glass.
All good things. It starts in that glass. I love it. Aaron, also talking about all new things. I'm wondering what's happening with Ozark Culinary Tours in 2021. Do you have a plan for that? What does that look like?
We have a lot of great things that are coming out of 2021, despite the fact that this has been a rough year for a lot of people, including restaurants. The restaurants that I'm still working with are very hopeful for this new change. And so we may be seeing some new cities added to our list of already pre-existing Rogers and Bentonville, so stay tuned for that. I'm also adding in unusual experiences with artists and musicians along street corners that we may pop into as we walk around.
Man,
so that
that-
could be a nice little bonus.
That sounds awesome. And obviously, you have the website there, ozarkculinarytours.com. You're also on Facebook and Instagram. So if our viewers want to get in touch with Aaron and you're curious, want more information about a tour where you walk around and learn the history of food and get to partake of some of our local restaurants, Aaron is the chef that you want to know. Chef Aaron, again, thank you so much. Happy New Year, happy 2021, and we can't wait to see you again.
Oh, thanks, Jason. Thanks, Bo. Have a great New Year.
Yeah, you
Thanks,
too.
you too.
Stay with us, folks. We do have more happening later. Well, that's our show, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can find us out there on those social media platforms. Send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com. And of course, before we leave the show, we got to thank our guests.
We got to thank the Later Gang. They all came up here and hung out with us. It was so much fun seeing them.
Yeah, so much fun to see those faces. We also got to thank Matt McClure, Chef Matt McClure at the Hive, making that amazing dish for us.
And we had double chefs tonight. We had Chef Aaron Rowe on the show as well.
That's it, and that's our show. See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.